Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss in this video on the topic Seebeck, Peltier and Thomson effect. Actually topic is thermoelectric effect. In thermoelectric effect, we will see the three effects Seebeck, Peltier and Thomson effect. Okay, so let us see what is Seebeck, Peltier and Thomson effect. And after knowing the three facts, we will see the relation which we have to prove. Pi is equal to T dE by dt and sigma A minus sigma B is equal to minus T d2E by dt square. This is the question which is asked in the examination. So keeping in mind the question pattern, we will answer here. So video is prepared on the basis of this question. Okay, so let us see what is Seebeck effect. First of all, we will discuss Seebeck effect. Seebeck from experiment found that when we take two wires of different material, different metal, suppose one is of copper and other is of iron, and if these two wires are joined at ends so that two junctions are formed. Again, I am repeating this sentence. How many metals? We take two metals. What we do? We join at ends. So automatically two junctions will be prepared. In figure, you can see this is one of the junction, this one, and this is second junction. This one is second junction, this one is the first junction. Or you may say this is first, this is second. Okay. One junction is kept at hot, or you may say at higher temperature, other junction is cold. Okay, then it is seen that there is a current. If there is a galvanometer here, galvanometer shows deflection. It confirms that there is a current. Okay, if we want to conclude this, we can say that Seebeck in his experiment found that when two dissimilar metals are joined at ends and the two junctions are kept at different temperatures, the current flows in the circuit and EMF is set up. Here, electricity, current, electricity, temperature difference, thermal effect. So if we combine these two, thermoelectric, and the EMF setup in this phenomenon is known as thermoelectric EMF, and hence the current is thermoelectric current, and this phenomenon is known as Seebeck effect. Okay, here I have written this phenomenon is known as Seebeck effect, and the arrangement of two metallic wires like this is called thermoelectric couple. So we have to remember that thermoelectric EMF, thermoelectric current, thermoelectric couple, and phenomenon is a Seebeck effect. What we learned up to now? We learned that temperature difference can produce current. Okay. Up to now, most of us we know that current. When we talk about current, at once comes in mind battery or generator. But Seebeck showed that temperature difference means heating and heat and electricity. There is a relation. Okay. This is a copper iron thermocouple. One junction is kept cold, other junction is kept hot. Okay. Now, question is how much voltage, what EMF is produced here? You will be surprised to know that the voltage or EMF which is developed here is extremely small, of the order of 10 to the power minus 6 volt. Okay, and this is not useful for any practical purpose. Still, it, we have seen that, or we are satisfied that current is produced due to heat. Later, arrangement is made to get more current. We will discuss in the next video. Now we will talk about the direction of current. What would be the direction of current? Current will either flow from Fe to Cu through cold or Fe to Cu through hot. So there must be a rule. To know the direction of current, Seebeck did experiment by taking pair of different metallic wires and change the metal, means he prepared large number of thermocouples by changing the metal, by and arranging the metals and keeping the two junction of each thermocouple at the same temperature, and he observed that current flows in certain direction, and on that observation, on the basis of those observations, Seebeck prepared a series of those metals. Actually, Seebeck arranged those metals, prepared a list or you may say series through which the direction of current can be obtained very easily. Okay, the series you can see here: antimony, iron, silver, gold, tin, lead, copper, platinum, cobalt, nickel, bismuth. These are the few metals of a series. Actually, there are large number of metals in the list. We have sorted the list, and few metals are shown in figure or in list, which is very popular, you may say, or you that will help. This series will give help to know the direction of current. So question is how to get the direction of current? See here, very easy. First I come to the figure. Here there is a thermocouple. Metals are Fe and C. So we will see which one is earlier in the series. Not here. In the figure, Fe is first, Cu is upside. No, it is not the matter in figure where what is the position of metal. Either it is below or upside or right side or left side. It does not matter. Matter is that which metal is in series first. So when you see the thermocouple, first you see what are the metals, and among the two, which one comes earlier in the series. For example, here you can see here FeCu, Fe comes first. Okay, Fe is here and Cu is here. So anybody can see that Fe in the series appears earlier and Cu appears later. So current will flow from Fe to Cu. Current flows from Fe to Cu through cold junction. Mind it. You have to remember this. Current will flow from the metal occurring earlier in the series to the metal occurring later through cold junction. If you say that current flows from Cu to Fe, you may say you are free. Then you have to say current flows from Cu to Fe through hot junction. So to avoid any confusion, remember one thing, either through cold or through hot. Otherwise, confusion will create. Here, I have written that current flows from Fe to Cu because in my series Fe comes first, Cu comes later. But in some textbook you will see the series starts from bismuth and ends at antimony. Then in that case, what I have written here, okay, according to this series, when thermocouple is formed by taking any of two metals from the series, the current flows from the metal occurring earlier to the metal occurring later through the hot junction. This is wrong. So correct it. Mind it. This will be cold. So I am giving hints here. Actually, if series will start from bismuth, then this is true. But here series has been started from antimony, so it is cold. Here cold junction should be. So again I am saying that this hot should be replaced by cold. So correct it. Okay. Now Peltier effect. Peltier effect is just reverse of Seebeck effect. What I got in Seebeck, I saw that current flows when temperature of the two junctions are maintained at different temperatures. But in Peltier, we will see that if current will is passed through the thermocouple circuit, what we get? We get temperature difference. Means at one junction heat is evolved, at other junction heat is absorbed. This is the difference. So in Seebeck, we saw that heat or you may say temperature difference give current. Here we will see that if current is given, heat is evolved at one junction and heat is absorbed at the junction, other junction. So here heat is produced due to current. And that is why we say that it is the inverse of Seebeck. And one thing is also here that the junction which was hot in Seebeck or which is kept hot in Seebeck, here heat is absorbed at that junction, means cold. Okay, and that the junction which is kept cold in the Seebeck effect, here heat is evolved at the junction, that is becomes hot, and if current flows in the same direction as it was produced in the Seebeck effect, then we conclude that Peltier is the reverse of Seebeck effect. Now, here in Peltier effect, we may say that how much heat will be evolved here. Once, if we knew that, or we got, if we have knowledge now that here heat will be produced, here heat will be absorbed. Question is how much? Heat energy is directly proportional to charge. Okay, so H is directly to Q or H proportional to IT. Q means charge, charge means current into time. And here a constant is given, phi is called Peltier coefficient. Okay. Now Thomson effect. It is also interesting. In Seebeck, we saw that heat is given, temperature difference is maintained, electricity is produced. In Peltier, current is passed, temperature difference is produced. Now, Thomson thought that if we give both, if we maintain both temperature difference and current, then what would be the result? See here, this is a rod, okay? This one in figure, this one, and current is passed from left to right. You can see. Then it is seen that, and here one thing very interesting here. This is the portion, middle portion where flame is written here means heat is giving. We give heat from here and current is passed from left to right. Then the result is very surprising because everybody expects that if a heat will be given to a middle portion on either side, heat will be distributed uniformly. But here it is seen that half portion is cold and half portion is hot. Means in half portion heat is absorbed here, other half portion heat is evolved. And heat is evolved means fall of potential, heat is absorbed here, potential rise. Means if you proceed from, if you move from left to middle to left side, potential will be here, and if you move from right, from middle, potential is here. So there is a rise and fall of potential. This is for those metal for which Thomson effect is positive. For example, Zn, Sb, Cd, Ag. In case of iron bar, heat is evolved in part Ac and absorbed in part C. This is the known as negative Thomson effect. So these are the examples of negative metals which have negative function. For negative function effect, the case is reversed. This one, and here heat absorbed this half portion, heat evolved this half portion. So you can see the reverse case. Here heat absorb, here heat evolve. So you may notice the difference. And one metal in the middle, a Pb, whose Thomson effect is zero, so no effect like this. Again, how much heat will be evolved or absorbed is directly proportional to Q, and if we proceed similarly, we write H is equal to sigma Q. What is sigma? Sigma is the Thomson coefficient. Actually, sigma H come in place of constant, and it is Thomson. Now, we are going to discuss the main part of this question, that is expression for Peltier and Thomson effect coefficient or thermodynamics of thermocouple. Actually, we saw here in Peltier, pi is the Peltier coefficient and sigma is the Thomson coefficient. Okay, so we are going to set up a relation. For this, what we do? First, we take a metal here and another metal here, and this is the junction. This one, they are joined here. Here, this junction is kept cold, which Peltier coefficient is pi, and for this metal, this is metal is A, and this metal is B. Its Peltier coefficient here at this junction, Peltier coefficient is pi plus d pi at temperature T plus dt. So you can say that there are two metals A and B joined at ends. Two junctions are here. One junction is kept at temperature T. Other junction is kept at temperature T plus dt. Its Peltier coefficient respectively pi and pi plus d pi. and its Thomson coefficient sigma A and sigma B. Okay. Now, when we think about the heat energy, I write we write H is equal to pi plus d pi. This is the heat energy absorbed, okay, at temperature T plus dt at the hot junction, and heat energy evolved pi joule. Actually, so heat energy absorbed in the metal A due to Thomson sigma A dt and due to Thomson in B sigma B dt. Okay, so here heat energy evolved pi, here pi plus d pi. Here for this sigma A dt, for this sigma B dt. Now we get the resultant net energy. Net energy absorbed means pi plus d pi minus pi and sigma A dt minus sigma B dt. So pi pi cancel out, this one cancel out. So d pi is here and taking common dt sigma I minus sigma B. This energy is used in setting up a potential difference dE, and potential difference dE means this one, because this energy is used in setting up potential difference. So dE is equal to this one. Now heat energy absorbed from the source at T plus dt and sigma I dt. This one is the heat energy absorbed and this one is the evolved, and temperature is given. Heat by temperature is called entropy. Okay, and Peltier effect and Thomson effect are reversible process. So thermocouple acts as a reversible heat engine, and according to Carnot theorem, this one pi plus d pi by t plus dt sigma a, as I told you, heat energy by temperature. This is the ratio is called entropy, and for all the four we have written here, and now simply we solve it on taking LCM here, and this term is neglected because dt is very small, a square will be more small, so due to extremely small this term is neglected. Now you can see this term cancel out, so here t and this one. Okay, see here pi t is t d pi and here t dt. This one, this term pi dt is here, so we take common in these two terms t, and we get this one under bracket. What is under bracket? D pi plus sigma, which is equal to de. You can see here this one, this is the this term is under bracket which is equal to de. So we may write de here, d is equal to t pi plus this one, and equa- equation 2, if d pi plus this one is equal to de, then we will write t here de minus pi dt, and on solving we get pi is equal to td. This is the actually this relation we have to prove it. We have proved it, and now we are going to differentiate pi. If we differentiate pi, it is d pi by dt, and here there are two terms. So one by one we will differentiate, and on solving this one, again d is equal to this one, and if d is equal to this one, we divide it by dt, de by dt, d pi by dt, and dt cancel out. Now we compare in these two equations. Okay, this one 4 and 5 we may write this. I have You have understood this question. If even if you have any problem, you may, or you have any query, or you have any information, you may share with, okay, you may share through social sites, because direct face to face contact is not possible here. Okay.